Hello and welcome to a channel Muse. I am here to give you your last reading for 2018. I hope for you guys this year was one of those years that you just can take all of your experience, all of the energies, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding that you've gained from 2018 and use that to propel you, use it as a catalyst, to set the tone for 2019. I know resolutions are a cliche, a lot of people, they don't write down New Year's resolutions. However, I strongly encourage everyone, all of my viewers, to take the time out before we cross over into the new year. Just kind of take that time out and make some short-term and long-term goals of the things that you would like to see in 2019, things that you would like to change in 2019, and just all of those energies, like use it. So we're going to go ahead and get into this last reading. Let's see what the universe, has as the general overall energy here. Moving into the new year, there's so many things going on, amongst individuals. There's so many things going on an individual level, on a conscious level. There's so many things that are going on a collective level, right? And, it's just important this year, I believe, to kind of stay in tune with yourself, with the things that you want, with the things that you're trying to create and manifest within yourself. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and see, what the universe has for us this year. Wow. Some energies are trying to pop out of the deck. So this first card will be the general overall energy crossing over into 2019. So let's see how we got two cards that popped out. All right, so it's basically saying that in 2019, crossing over from 2018 into 2019, there's some decisions that we're going to be making, right? So you guys could be right now in some mental conflict. There could be some mental conflict going on. We'll see exactly why this mental conflict is there. It has a lot to do with making some decisions. So the universe is saying, the mental conflict is there is because you need to choose wisely, right? This individual, if you see the left part of his brain is kind of like shedded out. You see, this is the left part of his brain. So he's in conflict with his logical side. Like, that's the logical part of the brain. The left part of the brain is dealing with logic, concepts, and ideas. The right side of the brain deals with creation, creativity, intuition, things of that nature. So you guys you have a lot of decisions coming into 2019 because there's a lot of energies, there's a lot going on. And let's see exactly, what the universe has to say. Well, I'm going to do something a little bit different here. So we have this card just pulling off the top of the deck. So just give us a broader idea of these two energies and why they're here. We did get this card, movement, choices, and decisions. So that could be the reason for the mental conflict. There's some spiritual union going on. So there could be a connection that we are trying to get with ourselves and with others. So moving in, there's another two. There's another two, right? So we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups talks about soulmates, twin flames, union with ourselves. And anytime we're dealing with the soulmate, anytime we're dealing with the twin flame, it's always reflecting back that energy that we give out to our, to others, and we receive it back. So coming into the new year is about making choices spiritually. Not being in mental torment and mental, just using the left side of the brain, that logic, to make most of our decisions. Okay, the universe is saying choose wisely, because moving into 2019, because there's so much going on, we have to understand that this connection is far the most important connection that we can have in 2019, right? Choose a spiritual union. That spiritual union can be with a soul group. That spiritual union can be with a twin flame. It could be with a soulmate, right? And it's all about choices, decisions, and movement. So we have to be very careful. The people that we allow in our circle this year, moving into this year, the beginning of this 2019, have to be very careful who we allow in our circle, right? Because there's a lot of things going on this coming in to people could be dealing with some issues regarding institutions with the law, connecting different routes, different concepts and ideas when it comes to their spirituality, experiencing new things. This could be marriage. These are all about contracts. You know, when we look at the 5, this is the Hierophant. It says wisdom here, but just gaining that wisdom and knowledge and understanding and making the decisions and choices that we have, right? The Hierophant deals with a lot of contracts. It deals with a lot of spiritual institutions or institutions in general, right? Definitely be careful about any contracts that you'll be making coming into 2019. That could be marriage contracts. That could be work contracts, any type of contracts. Be very careful, right? Because we're dealing this year with spiritual union. You know, this year is going to be mostly about spirituality, right? Right? Okay. Changes, forced change, disruption. This is the Tower card, right? So moving in, this is at the bottom of the deck. So let's see why this energy is here. So the overall general energy moving into 2019 is choose wisely and mental conflict. All right. So it could be that you guys are kind of concerned about spiritual unions, the movements, the choices, and the decisions that you have to make. This could be causing you to be in like some mental conflict. You're not sure how to choose, what to choose, right? Kind of stuck in your mind, stuck in your psyche. All right, so let's see. Let's ask the universe to give us the energies that are moving towards us. Okay, what is coming towards us in 2019, January of 2019? What energies do we have coming towards us? All right. All right, so we got 3 cards here. So this is a lot going on here. All right. So this card came out again because as I was shuffling this deck, I saw the Emperor card at the bottom. So this is the Emperor. We're talking about the Lord here. Talking about the Emperor. The Emperor talks about, again, authority, governmental issues, contracts. Someone that has authority over you or wants to have some type of authority over you. We have the 3 of Discs. All right, the 3 of Discs talks about balance, right? Getting that balance, fairness, right? And then we have the Queen of Cups, so intuition. So, okay, so we're talking about getting in line or getting in order with the Emperor or someone who's trying to control you in a sense. Could be the government, could be a job, could be in a relationship, all right? Could be our mental faculties just trying to dominate how we live our life. Remember, you guys, use the energies from 2019. The way we start making changes when it comes to how we think, right? We have to change how we think. And, you know, it's like, how can I change how I think? Well, when thoughts come in, we have to understand all thoughts are energy. And a lot of times They're not your thoughts, right? Thoughts are energy, so it could be someone else projecting that energy towards you. They're not always your thoughts when you start thinking, and this could cause a lot of mental conflict and cause you to be in confusion when it comes to making wise choices, right? So we have all of this energy here, but the universe is saying use your intuition, dedicate yourself to one sole focus and intention so that you can bring about the things that you want, right? You get the control, you get the power. And this is what sets it in motion. You getting the control, you getting the power for whatever it is that you're trying to create. It's quite a few cards here, so let's see. Give me one card for the energies that we are leaving behind. All right, so we have diplomacy. This is the 7 of Swords. All right, being in a situation where you're being diplomatic about it. You're not going to fuss. You're not going to fight. These are the energies that either we're leaving behind, because here we also have Solence. So the 6 of Swords is about moving away. And how are you going to move away from this energy? Is by being diplomatic, right? Moving away mentally, allowing yourself to say, you know what? I'm not going to allow these thoughts to dominate me. I'm not going to allow these feelings to take control, right? They're just feelings. They're just thoughts. That doesn't create who I am. It doesn't state who I am, what I'm trying to bring to me. So we have the 6 of Swords. It always talks about moving away from conflict, right? A mental move. And then we have diplomacy. So how are you going to make that transition? Are you going to do it in a diplomatic way? All right, you're not going to allow the lies, the deceit, you're not going to allow defeat. You're not going to allow all of these things to come, right? Because these swords are piercing down. They're forming one. And then you have that one great sword in the middle there. So it's just not allowing the mind to just kind of run rampant with all of these thoughts. You got all of these choices. You have to choose wisely. The last reading, it was about movement, choices, and decisions. And a lot of you guys are kind of getting stuck with that, right? You don't know if you want to go this way. You don't know if you want to go this way. You're not sure how to move. But the universe is saying, listen. The spiritual union is with you. The spiritual union is within yourself, and you project this out, right? You have to have the intuition that's needed. You have to be able to reflect and to see yourself for who you really are. How do you do that? 3 of this talks about finances, a balance in your finance, because maybe it's not balanced right now. And dedication, like you have to get a single focus. We talked about focus last year, the definition of focus, and being able, to kind of keen in and be able to see clearly what's going on around you. The Lord, right? The Lord, this is the Emperor card. So getting control of your mental faculties, getting control of your emotions, your money, and your will, right? That dedication, being dedicated, using all of that energy from 2019. You just kind of summon all of that energy up, all of the experiences, all of the hurt, all of the anger, all of the pain, all of the love, all of the peace, right? Conjure up all of this energy, right? Right on New Year's, right before that 12 o'clock mark, right on that countdown. Just reminisce, go back in your mind, and think of everything that you experienced in 2018. Conjure all of those feelings up, all of those experiences, right? And soon as 12 o'clock hit, release it all. Release it. You can release it in the air, you can project it into the earth. You know, the earth recycles and renews and transforms. So the universe is saying, yeah, because you guys are still kind of stuck mentally. It's a mental stuck. And I know it's kind of hard when you're dealing with the mind, because the mind always tries to be ego based. It wants to be right. The mind always, you know, wants to be right. It's like, I want to be right. And a lot of times it causes us heartache and pain. You see what I'm saying? Just because we're trying to be right. All right. So here we have, for the unknown energies, we have the Three of Swords. All right. So you guys, the background energy is you could be dealing with a relationship where, you know, you're not feeling too good coming into the new year. Or the relationship is moving very slowly, right? It's not progressing as fast as you like. This could also be causing, you know, you to be forced to make some decisions. You know, you kind of still stuck in your mind. The Knight of Discs. The Knight of Discs talks about a message could be coming, money could be coming, but it's slow. It's slow. It's slow. Money could be coming from someone that you may have been in a relationship with, a partnership with, and you know, maybe someone you've fallen out with, right? They owe you money. This energy is running in the background, or you guys could just be waiting for some money to come through. Okay, or a message about money, messages regarding money. All right. And the universe is saying, you know, if that is the case, you know, be diplomatic about the situation. It's time to move on. Okay, it's time to move on mentally. All right, a lot of times, and I've actually recently heard someone say this, and I thought I was the only one to do it. But when I have thoughts that come into my mind that I feel like, okay, I've had enough, like, this is it. I don't want to even think about or have that thought attached because it kind of weighs on my energy. I bury it. You know, I bury the thought. I mentally bury. I see myself taking that energy, taking that thought, digging up the ground, putting that energy in the ground and covering it up. And I'll continue to do this every time a specific thought, especially if it's not my own, you know, it comes into my aura, into my energy, into my field. I'll do it. I'll bury it, right? And it's very helpful, you guys, like truly. It's just, you know, a way to kind of, so many cards are coming out. Like, this is a lot of energy. It's a lot. You know, you guys don't get caught up with what's going on in the media, what's going on in the news. It's a lot of foolishness going on. And all right, so this is the energies that's going on here. So we have there's some work that has been put in, right? You guys have been working really hard, right? And you just want to see the fruits of your labor right now. But the universe is saying, like, you need to focus on your spirituality. And this is the second time, you know, a card like this came out. Spiritual union. Spirituality. So the universe is offering you guys, excuse me, the universe is offering you guys offering you some emotional help, right? An emotional offering. Like here, you have been working very hard. I'm going to give you a break from this because we're still dealing with this energy. I'm going to give you a break, an emotional offering from this. However, you have to tap into your spirituality. Like, you have to tap into yourself. It's all about self. Even relationships, whether they be romantic relationships, work related, family related, even strangers. Like, it's all about seeing yourself or that reflection when you interact with others, right? They show you who you are. Are you a nice person? It'll be revealed, right? And also understanding the energies that are surrounding us, because this mental conflict, it comes about, and all of these are the swords speak on the mind, thinking, thought, communication through thought, not through the emotions. So a lot of you guys are kind of stuck in your mind. You just got to leave this energy behind, right? The universe is saying it's time to move on. And when you do move on in a diplomatic way, right? So that you're not, gaining more karma about things that are going on in the background when it comes to this here. I'm not sure what's going on with individuals, like the viewers here, like I said, you could be waiting for money to come in. You could be owed money from someone that, you had a falling out with, someone that you trust, someone that you could have been in a third-party relationship where you just found out that someone, or a relationship could just be moving slow for you, like you trying to get the relationship to go a little bit faster. The universe is saying just kind of focus on yourself, and put work into yourself. 7 of Pentacles talks about putting hard work, waiting, kind of like putting the work in, or waiting. No, it's about putting that work in, wanting to reap the harvest, but there's more work that needs to put in your spiritual, like working on your inner self. Because what happens is you get this energy, like when you're not putting energy in yourself, focusing on the things that's going to help you conquer this mental conflict so that you can choose or make the wise decisions that you need to make. There's movement going on, like the clock ticks, it doesn't stop for anyone. It doesn't matter if you're in any type of mental conflict. It doesn't matter if you're deciding to move on or get stuck in your mind regarding person, place, or thing, money, doesn't matter, right? So let's see here. I'm going to draw another card here to see if we can get any additional information with this mental conflict. Like, what is going on here? What's the cause of this overall energy being, I know there's some decisions, like we're mentally conflicted over some decisions. Can you just give us, universe, some additional information to what's going on with the mental conflict? Right, okay, so we're waiting for something to complete. Like, we're really waiting. And it's possible that you guys possibly, were expecting this to complete. You were not expecting all of this to go into the new year, but a lot of times we expect certain things to complete on our time, and we don't know that if and when it's supposed to complete itself, the actual finish and completion of it, it's going to help us to move forward, in a way where we don't continue to be mentally conflict. So if you're still in mental conflict regarding a person, a place, or thing, this could be any situation. A situation with the courts, a situation with money, a situation with a love situation. You were just looking for some things to be completed, some loose ends to be tied up before you entered into 2019. Just understand, like I said, the completion is near. It's going to take a little bit more time for that completion to come in, and it's okay. It's really okay. Don't beat yourself up. You have to be patient. Because things happen in their own timing, and when they happen that way, they happen for a reason. So you don't want to rush things, right? Because when things are rushed and there's I's and T's that don't get crossed and dotted, and then you find yourself having to go back, and that's not what the universe wants. The universe wants it to be completely over and done. So the reason why we're having all of this energy and all of this going on here, we're waiting for completion. Here is the card, or here's the reason why we're still kind of stuck. It says here, a stage in your life or a particular circumstance you've been dealing with is now coming to fruition. Completion ushers in another beginning. Therefore, a new day is about to dawn. This card is about letting you know you are at your peak of power and clarity, represented by one of the moon's aspects, the wise woman. That wise part of yourself is inviting you to understand life on a grander scale. You can see the bigger picture if you step back. You are on the cusp of a great shift. Stay open and receptive as your desires begin to manifest. Call upon the angels for any help you might need during this time. Banish unwanted influences. However you decide to go about doing that, right? You are pregnant with ideas and creativity, or with an actual child. This is a perfect time for divination. And remember, you guys, when there's a full moon, like, this is a time when a lot of people practice shadow crafts, right? And a lot of energy is being sent, because this is when the full moon is full. It's the stage of completion from the new moon. So whatever concepts, whatever ideas, whatever thoughts, whatever deeds, whatever things you've been saying, everything that you've been projecting outward, when the full moon comes, you receive it back. So we have to be very careful what we decide to put out, right? What we decide to think, this mental conflict. Don't allow the thoughts to come and just run rampant in your mind. Set up some type of ritual. One of my rituals, like I said before, I imagine myself taking these thoughts, digging, right, putting them there and leaving them, right? And it helps. It definitely helps. We're in completion, we're in culmination. It's not saying that some aspects of your circumstances, some aspects of the things that you want, they have completed, but everything has not come full circle just yet, right? There's more things that you need to learn surrounding these energies moving into 2019. So please, you guys, be very patient and loving and compassionate with yourself. Be tempered with yourself. Be kind to yourself. It's okay, right? We're moving into a new paradigm when it comes to how we control our own lives. It's about us controlling ourselves, our wants, our desires, our world, our reality, right? Not being pulled here and there and everywhere. We're not going to be pulled to and fro, by every thought, every emotion. It's time to learn how to stand and be balanced. And no matter what comes our way, we're still balanced, right? We still can have a sense of balance. We still can have a sense of peace. We can still have that love. What we go through, we grow through, right? And understanding that, right? Changing the things that we can change, the things that we cannot change, we leave it alone. There's no reason to focus mentally on things that you can't change right now, right? Put your energy elsewhere. There's no reason for you to focus on things that you cannot do absolutely anything about, or you have no control over right now. Put your energy elsewhere. Don't allow these energies to have you going to and fro where you can't even make decisions that are present and ready to be made right now. Okay? All right, you guys, it's been a pleasure. It's always an honor. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for your views. Thank you for your support. I hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't be disappointed by this reading. Like I said, everything is coming into fruition. Everything is coming to a close. Just a little bit more time. There's a lot of closures that have taken place, but the universe is saying there's a few more things that I want you to learn, okay? Thank you guys. Until next time. And Happy New Year.